Well, Jim, let's get some more things here on the show. A lot of people have been sending in a lot of different topics throughout the day, and I am pulling one up right now. This one, I'll actually go because it's posted on the Cult of Cornette Facebook group. James Lingford posted this. It's apparently Bryan Alvarez tweeted out, Vince is gone. We can stop laying chin locks already. This is old, though. It says September 20th. Vince is gone. I think we can stop laying in chin locks already from last year. And Dustin Rhodes had responded, as long as we all have pro wrestling, the audience wants to be told a story. Chin locks, when used right, give the audience time to get behind the babyface. It's not go 0 to 100 the whole match. Gotta let things breathe. There needs to be moments to get the story across. Now, again, this is an old tweet, but several people...
What this is a reasonable adult speaking to a fucking petulant child.
I was going to say several people this morning, for some reason, this must be going around, have been sending this in, but what are your thoughts on chin locks and the discussion here?
Well, I can understand why Alvarez doesn't like chin locks, because at his minute microscopic size, if he was to put one of those fucking buggy whip arms, the muscles on his arms look like mosquito bites on a strand of spaghetti. If he was to wrap one of those around a grown man's neck and start squeezing, it would look ridiculous, so he can't do them. So he thinks they're bad. Wrestling was not meant for 5'6", 140-pound gymnasts to vault off of each other. It's a wrestling contest, and a chin lock is a way to hold a motherfucker down. The only reason you shouldn't do it is if it looks completely ridiculous because you are the size of a fucking festering flea. So I guess that's why. What is... Again, last week he told Austin Theory, quit with the boring 90s style of wrestling.
You know what? That must be why this is going around. People must now be seeking out like different things he has said.
Yeah, different stupid opinions that he has expressed. The boring 90s style of wrestling, when wrestling was 10 times more popular than it currently is right now. That was boring. That's because small, children-sized adult individuals like Bryan Alvarez can't be believable unless they're doing the goddamn Nadia Comaneci routine from the uneven parallel bars. And that's just something to look at. Unless it's at the Olympics,
Again, every case is different. There are some extreme examples that are hard to justify, like, John Studd and Andre the Giant being in bear hugs for 8 minutes or something like that. But beyond that, extreme examples. And both were big stars who drew money.
Well, yes.
Is the term rest holds appropriate or unfair to what the holds actually are, or what they should be, or how they should be used?
That's not a wrestling term. And
rest holds.
Rest hold was never a wrestling term in the industry, in the business. It was the first generation or incarnation of sheet writers, notably Uncle Dave, but a number of others. I can't say he started it, but they perpetuated it because they were still on the outside of the business looking in, so they had to give names to things that they observed and didn't fully understand, so rest hold became a thing. A wrestler, any wrestler down through the history of the business, through the territory days or whatever, would never say rest hold, because what the fuck? He'd say, I'll grab a hold or get me in a hold, because that's where you had to slow down to communicate when you were calling things on the fly. And it was happening and unfolding in front of the people. You didn't have a goddamn script or a set pattern of shit to do. Also, you grabbed a hold not only when you were confused or needed to know what to do next, but you grabbed a hold as part of the heat, if you were a heel, to make the babyface suffer so that the Ricky Morton or the Ricky Steamboat could sell the fucking arm or the leg or the whatever the fuck he's being worked on, and get the people involved so that they can start cheering for him to get to his feet, and he starts slowly coming to his feet to start fighting back. Or if you're a babyface, you're using a hold on the heel because you've just thwarted him somehow and gotten a pop, and you slap an arm bar on him or a face lock on him or a headlock or whatever the fuck, so the people are cheering you so that, again, you can go to the next thing. It's a building anticipation or building sympathy for the babyface if he's down. It's a wrestling match. And then you do the high spot, which is called high spot because it's a high spot in the match. It's not 100 miles an hour constantly. There is no high spot in a car race until somebody hits the wall. Elsewise, it's just 100 miles an hour. This is a fucking roller coaster. It's an ebb and flow. It's a fucking up and down. You're manipulating people's emotions by telling a story in the ring of people in combat or in contest with each other, and the advantage shifts back and forth. Or you can just go out there and fucking vault off each other like a bunch of rejects from the goddamn cheerleading team.
All right. Well, with that said, we will move on to our next thing here, Jim, and we cross a few things off the list.
Including asking me that question again. That's what you're crossing off the list, right?
Well, Jim, I was going to say to you that what I was going to say, I was going to say to you that, it's times like these that I could really use a good lie down.
A good transition.
A good transition because maybe I need some help sleeping because of something having to do with all of this.
You got a lot of stress on you, don't you? You got a lot of stress. Could you use more calm?
More calm,
Bryan?
Yes, please.
You need better sleep. You already said that.
Better sleep, yes.
You got the bad knee. You got the pain and inflammation.
This is a known fact.
And obviously, by the slipshod example of a transition you gave to this commercial spot, you need to enjoy better focus and concentration.
Certainly slipshod.
Slipshod. See, you can't even
say it. It's the CBD. It's so wonderful.
Well, God, no, you need some of this. You haven't had it yet. See, don't tell them you've had it now, or else they'll think, well, it'll turn me into a bumbling buffoon too, but you'll have it when you get off the program.
Yes.
And that's the common benefits, folks, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. But is there an age limit on this? I don't know if it's...
There is an age limit, not children of all ages. In fact, no children whatsoever, just adults of adult age.
Well, either that or if you've got a fucking ID that'll pass muster, we're not going to look too close. But...
Nope. This ain't CBGB. You're not getting in here with your fake... Well, you couldn't get in there either with your fake ID. I saw so many people get their IDs confiscated. They had a whole wall of them. But no, this is for legal adults, and you should be one.
Are you a legal adult? Have you ever committed a crime, Bryan Last?
No, never.
If you have ever committed a crime, then you're not a legal adult.
I've never committed a crime.
Well, I bet you anything that you have reproduced without the official written permission of Major League Baseball.
Well, actually, I have committed a crime. If I'm going to be honest, I speed. I've sped in the past. I don't currently speed, but maybe I go fast.
You've sped it in the past, though. Well, folks, regardless of what your problem is, just load up on the CBD. It's going to help you out. 90% of customers report better sleep with CBD from the folks at CB Distillery. 81% say CBD helps with stress and anxiety. 80% report less pain after physical activity. And 2.6% report that they were riding on the edge of a lightning bolt, baby. And at CB Distillery, they've got a full range of carefully formulated CBD and other plant-based solutions. Let's say you want to eat a marigold. That's a plant-based solution, and it's going to help out a variety of things. If it's good for you, they've got it at cbdistillery.com. 100% clean ingredients, no artificial colors or flavors or preservatives. This shit looks just like tofu. It has no color, no flavor. It just becomes one with whatever's around it. And the best part about all the products at cbdistillery.com, recommended by Dr. Kevin Fry, who is a Mayo Clinic trained internist and prevents health on a regular basis.
That's the best part? I mean, no disrespect to Dr. Kevin Klein, Is that his name? Kevin Kline?
No, Kevin Fry.
Kevin Fry. Kevin Kline's an actor. He was in Silverado. No disrespect to Kevin Kline or Kevin Fry, but I think the best thing are the actual benefits of the CBD, not the doctor behind it.
Well, you know, it's coming from a good place, and it's not dangerous. It's recommended by a doctor. He went to the Mayo Clinic, and he's a preventive health specialist, not a preventive specialist in preventing health. I guess that's the same thing. Is it flammable or inflammable? I'm not sure. There have been over 2 million satisfied customers at cbdistillery.com. And if you've got a health concern that's not getting better, again, you need better sleep, you've got stress, you've got anxiety, you got pain after physical activity, you need to focus and concentrate more, you've got an unsightly growth on your taint, whatever your issue is, and it's not getting better, well,
this won't cure that. Well, this won't cure that. Let's make sure we specify this will not cure any sores on your body.
After it gets past the size of a rutabaga, then you're on your own.
A rutabaga, really?
You cannot use this shit on any growth that's bigger than a rutabaga. But you can try CBD from the source that we all trust, and that's cbdistillery.com. And right now, we can put you on the right path, folks, as long as you do not have any growths on your body bigger than a rutabaga. You can get a 20% discount by going to cbdistillery.com and entering my code JCE for your discount. No prescription required. You don't even have to get your mother to write a note. Kids, get your parents' permission before ordering. cbdistillery.com, promo code JCE, 20% off, as long as you don't have a growth the size of a rutabaga.
CB Distillery.